In today's globalization era, the public and the people from any states may complete their online transactions and get new knowledge and information with a one click only. This action could not be possible without the help of internet, globalization system policy, free trade agreements, soft diplomacy, negotiations and treaties in the international relation realms between one state and another sovereign states. The existence of globalization has eased our daily activities. Nevertheless, there are several impacts and disadvantages of this process of globalization which may be threat to a country's sovereignty. A state action is in interest can be implemented accordingly with soft power and hard power actions. Power is defined as the ability to effect the behavior of others to get an individual or state obliged to their political means or objective. Hard power is the use of force and money or military. In contrast, soft power refers to nation, institution or individual capacity in attracting the desired outcome through nation culture, places, language, food heritage and handicraft. Nowadays, in globalization era, soft power can be opted as a tool in bringing economic prosperity and development to one states. In this video, we will examine the topic titled Melaka as Malaysians Cultural Diplomacy. The tourism industry as soft power tools to enhance and make the prosperity of Malacca states a tourism attraction of Malaysia. Malacca State is a province of Malaysia along 14 provinces. Melaka is located in the southern region of the Malaysian Peninsula. In this video, our first research question and finding are included on how this Malacca State tourism industry could be a product of maintaining mutual cooperation between states or soft power towards Malaysia. Besides, the second findings or research question would be how would the tourism activities of Malacca State be promoted globally to get set diplomacy of Malaysia to maintain its sovereignty. Interestingly, Malacca State was awarded and designed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site on 7 July 2008 due to its unique cultural and architectural history. This prestigious award was a part of acknowledgement and manifestation of Malaysia's soft power in anarchic system of international relations. In relation to soft power and tourism aspect, OA has proposed four interlinked ways and their relations. The first one is tourists may gain a deeper understanding and connection toward his host state, as well as increasing their similarities and affection towards it. This will leave the person as a mini agent or diplomat to promote Malaysia culture towards other nations. Secondly, it became the main objective of tourism authorities is to provide a beautiful picture, a beautiful scenery of the country and its destination to worldwide audiences. To counteract the negative idea, the negative stereotypes, such deception of compromises, powerful glorifying picture of the location, and it's always a soft power tactic by branding and positioning the places for becoming more effective. Thirdly, significant major event with world symposiums, exhibitions, exhibitors and games are organized to attract geopolitical supports. This event play a significant role in attracting tourists and demonstrating the country potential and skills. Last but not least is the foreign visitor spread the message towards other country, altering and correcting stereotypes of the visited country toward other nations. The inclusive investigation of the relationship between soft power and tourism is interlinked with one another. Melaka had an impact on its own popularity and well-preserved culture and its heritage. Recorded in 2019, before the pandemic COVID-19 was struck, there were about 18 million tourists had experienced the Melaka uniqueness and cultural diversity.
Malacca opened to foreigners since people in this place has cosmopolitan culture which rooted from long period of history encompassing various cultures, ideologies, and economic system Malacca experienced back then. This produced complex hybridity in their culture as many assimilation occurred, and it also produced a complex hybridity in their food. And there are also several tourist destinations in Malacca, such as Jonker Street, the Stadhuis, Baba and Nyonya Heritage Museum, and also Porta de Santiago, a famosa. The first tourist destination is Jonker Street or Jonker Walk Malacca. Jonker Street is a tourist destination full of ancient buildings that have undergone several changes in architecture due to various historical periods occurred in the same place. These architecture buildings are enriched by the relics from colonial era. And those people living in Jonker Street in the present era are dominated by traders in which prefer to maintain the original building as it was. In this case, Jonker Street is believed to contribute in the heritage conservation by enhancing the quality of Jonker Street night market. In this area, there is a community who manage the maintenance heritage tourism, and the community is called Jonker Walk Community. They also managed to hold a cultural festival there in 2012. The second tourism destination is the Stadhuis. Stadhuis is actually a museum, which is considered to be an oldest building of Dutch in the East. This building is huge and painted red. It has Dutch unique architecture from colonial era, which included sturdy door, louvered windows. This is showcase the heritage tourism well as Dutch relics. This museum is located in Jonker Street along with Baba and Nyonya Museum. The Stadhuis Museum also nearby famous oldest Christ Church in Melaka featuring Dutch architecture which was built in 1753. Baba and Nyonya Heritage Museum is one of those famous tourist attractions in Melaka. This museum offers a beautiful view of historical places. In this place, the tourists can see 3 restored houses, which are arranged in certain places based on 19th century conventional patterns. And this is one of the places worth visiting in Malaysia, along with Jonker Night Market, which are located in the same place, Jonker Street. The 3 restored houses were once a Peranakan museum featuring hand-painted tiles, swing doors, internal doors, and so on. And then come the last Porta de Santiago, or called A Famosa. This Porta de Santiago fort is one of the oldest European architecture in Asia. Porta de Santiago got its name from Portuguese language, which meant the famous one. This fort located in a Jonker Street along with Stadhuis Museum. In 1511, the Porta de Santiago fort was built under the surveillance of Alfonso de Albuquerque, which was aimed to gather their benefit after defeating the Malacca Sultanate soldiers. In the present day, the tourists could see the emblem of VOZ or Vereniging Oost-Indische Company on the seal held by the soldier replica. This fort serves the best experience of visiting historical sites during the tourist journey in Malacca. Then, in the case of Malacca, the government of Malaysia also established several programs in order to enhance the quality and performance of Malacca's tourist attraction. One of these programs held on 5th to 7th August 2022 under the theme of MOT and of Magic of the Night. This program is held under the management of MOTAC or Malaysian Tourism, Arts and Culture Ministry along with Malacca State Government. This MOTM program included several small events such as opening Malacca City Heritage Gallery, Cair Fair and Tourism, Magical Malacca Fruit and Food Fest, the South City Festival, and launch of National Living Heritage Book. Other than program and culture, the interesting part of visiting Malacca is food delicacy. The foods offered in Melaka are ayam buah keluak, kaya butter toast, laksa, nasi lemak, fruit rojak, pie tea, cheese, prawn bihun, and many more. These foods represent the culture of Malaka, which encompasses Chinese, Malay, India, and Indonesia, and taste of their food. This is the most attractive side of discovering Malacca's food for the tourists.
diplomats, and foreign policymakers around the world should take action regarding attaining global rebalancing to ensure that the nation is ready to face uncertainties in the near future. The capacity of a nation to sway others without using coercion is what political scientist Joseph Nye Jr. defined as a soft power in the 1980s. So, in practice, to promote goodwill and to develop relationships, countries project their values, ideas, and cultures across international borders. The soft power resources available to governments will thus be a critical component of the foreign policy tools needed in the future. Furthermore, soft power provides benefits for the nations, citizens, businesses, and organizations. Thus, the benefits of soft power can be broken down into two elements, which are domestic benefits and international benefits. The domestic benefits are national pride, local goods and services, domestic tourism, improvement in quality of life, and providing prosperity to the citizens, whereas the international benefits are attaining an international partnership, tourism, foreign direct investments, and businesses and trade. When talking about the effects, it is important to note that the tourism sector is one of the most important service sectors and a major driver of economic expansion in the global economy. A thriving and established tourism sector acts as an engine for regional and national growth, influences the exchange rate, expands employment opportunities, and promotes social progress that benefits both the local population and visitors. Promoting sustainable growth in the tourism sector depends in large part on the tourism revenues and capital expenditures. This is because tourism revenues show what visitors spend directly when traveling to a destination country. Tourism revenues are the industry's source of income and make a significant contribution to the national income. Furthermore, the tourist business responds to the geopolitical developments by adjusting to a larger political context. Moreover, the ways in which tourism affects changes in value systems, individual behavior, family relationships, collective lifestyles, moral behavior, artistic expression, traditional rights, and community organizations are referred to as social and cultural impacts. In other words, they are the result of direct and indirect interactions with visitors on host cities' residents. Malaysians seem to agree that visitors seem to respect regional customs and cultures, as well as seek to learn more about them. However, tourism causes social problems that exacerbate traffic congestion and overcrowding in public spaces. Nonetheless, tourism increases the potential for infrastructure improvements such as parks, highways, and outdoor recreation centers, but it also increases crowds at sporting events, concerts, and movie theaters. When it comes to putting Malaysia back on the map of global vacation destinations, Tourism Malaysia is realigning its programs. The country can attract tourists by providing genuine and delicate dining experiences in the area of the hotel. This allows the country to attain a higher number of tourists, and indirectly it will help the country to reach top domestic and international vacation locations. In addition, the Ministry of Tourism should focus on promoting Malaysia all around the world. This is especially true for the state of Melaka, as it is well known as a heritage site. We should let everyone know about the unique qualities that define our nation in order to attract tourists to our country. For example, we may point them to our travel websites, or we can also take direct phone calls and distribute pamphlets and flyers in other parts of the world through travel agencies. As the state of Melaka is known as a tourist destination among locals, considerations in improving infrastructure and tourist deals for foreign tourists are a matter that the Ministry of Tourism might look further into and improve. Developing and building attraction places such as dining places and shopping malls with exceptional service can attract more tourists. For example, the management of shopping centers in Malaysia should focus on attaining and providing an excellent service, such as providing different and unique retail stores which cater to both local and international shoppers or customers. Hence, this will encourage tourists from other countries to visit and shop at our shopping malls.
As a whole, in this report and finding, we managed to examine the topic of the tourism industry as soft power tools to enhance and make the prosperity of Melaka State a tourism attraction of Malaysia. Cultural diplomacy or diplomacy between cultures has existed as a practice for centuries, whilst the term cultural diplomacy has only recently been established. Evidence of its practice can be seen throughout history and have existed for centuries. Explorers, travelers, traders, teachers, and artists be all considered living examples of informal ambassadors or early cultural diplomats. Indeed, any person who interacts with different cultures in the present or past facilitates a form of cultural exchange which can take place in many fields such as art, sports, literature, music, science, business and economy, and following beyond. Throughout history, the interaction of people, the exchange of language, religion, ideas, arts, and societal structures have consistently improved relations between divergent groups. For example, the establishment of regular trade routes enables a frequent exchange of information and cultural gifts and expressions between traders and government representatives. Such deliberate efforts of cultural and communication exchange can be identified as an early example of cultural diplomacy. As we are all aware, Melaka State is a province of Malaysia among 14 provinces. Such Melaka State is located in the southern region of Malaysian Peninsula. One of the research projects being done, Melaka has presented 4 interconnected approaches and their relationship in connection, soft power, and tourism-related elements. The first is that visitors may have a better knowledge of and empathy of the host nation, as well as greater formality and love for it. The individual will then become a small-scale ambassador for Malaysian culture. Second, it turns out that the primary goal of tourism authorities is to provide a stunning image of the nations and its locations to audience throughout the globe. Such depictions include potent images that exclaim the site in order to combat negative notions. There are only soft power strategies used to position and brand locations to increase their effectiveness. Thirdly, major magical events are planned to garner geopolitical support. Examples include symposiums, expositions, and games. These occasions significantly contribute to the country's ability to attract visitors and showcase its potential. Last but not least, visitors from other nations contribute to the spread of favorable stereotypes about their own nation. These 4 shared connection in throughout examination of the relationship between soft power and tourism. Melaka is among the well-known tourist destination in Malaysia because Melaka is designated as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO, which is United Nations Scientific and Cultural Organization, which cannot be disputed. When considering economic impact as soft power, there are a variety of options available. It is undoubtedly not the same as boosting the world economy to increase the number of missiles that hegemons may fire at one another. Growth that is restricted by equal ideals seriously jeopardize the cohesiveness, functionality, and adaptability of Malaysian society. The Malaysian tourism sector won't fully recover to pre-COVID-19 pandemic levels in 2019 until 2024 due to the expectation of slow and gradual tourist arrivals in 2022 and 2023 as a result of high costs and restricted business budget, as well as the likelihood that China will keep its border closed to stop the spread of COVID-19. Malaysians often engage in a great deal of undesirable practice that must stop when it comes to cleanliness. Many restrooms are filthy, lacking running water and smell bad. Therefore, the government has to enhance hygiene before it is too late. If the nation was spotless, vaccinations would flock here in droves to spend their vacations, which would typically increase the number of visitors to Melaka and boost Malaysia's economy. That's all, thank you.